Arsenal beat Inter 3-1. Oh man, a crazy first half, but a professional second half. We beat them and we are top of the Champions League. Wow, Waka, welcome back to the channel. Another match reaction for you guys today, and Arsenal with a great game. This is the type of game that we don't often get to see in the Premier League because when we face teams in the Premier League, they just have 11 men behind and they don't give us any space. Inter, even though they play a formation that looks defensive, they aren't as defensive as most Premier League teams. There's more space, there's more chances for us to play fluid football. It wasn't always there, and not everything really came off. There were some players that were good, there were some players that were not up to the level today, but a 3-1 convincing win. Yeah, it was great to just see Arsenal play like this, man. Jesus in the starting lineup, and he made it count. The first goal was just striker's instinct. Timber mishits the ball. He really shanks it. And the ball just falls into a nice area. Jesus is on it. And he just puts it into the back of the net. Second goal is just a corner kick. Really deep one from Saka. Trossard just heads it back towards the goal. It was almost out of play before Trossard could head it, but he hits the crossbar, and Jesus is there to just head it home. And yeah, that was just great going into halftime 2-1 up. I do have to talk about that goal that we conceded after we scored the 1-0. Inter had a couple of breaks on us because we weren't very solid. We were losing the ball a lot of times and really sloppy play from us. A bit like when we played Chelsea. After every time after we scored, we just let them get chances and opportunities to just attack us. Well, we didn't have enough men back, and yeah, the ball just comes in, and we just don't deal with it really well. You have Mosquera who does a great job blocking the initial shot. Then it's MLS who doesn't really react to it, and Thuram could just get back to the ball. After that, there's another loose ball, and there's another great reaction from Zubimendi. I also feel like in the back you can see Marino also not really attacking that one. So it's Zubimendi and Marino both not really going for that ball that just drops outside of the 18-yard box. The Inter player just goes for it. He shoots past Zubimendi and past Raya because the shot had a lot of venom in it. Raya couldn't really do too much about it. It was just the defense being really sloppy and really slow to react. Unfortunate, but lucky for us, Jesus makes that 2-1, and we go into halftime 2-1 up. Second half, yeah, we did have more control, and Inter could counter us less, but the play wasn't great. You know, there were just too many players who weren't really on it. I don't think Trossard did the best he could when he was on the ball. As a in and out, he had a couple of moments where like okay, but most of the time he wasn't really available for the pass. Saka had his moments. I feel like he really played like Madueke a lot of times. He was dribbling past people. He was in positions where he could get a either a cross in or a shot in, and like we are used to from Madueke, they weren't the best crosses and shots, and that's kind of what Saka was doing today. Yeah, there were some moments. There was one shot where Trossard was on the left, and I was like, why don't you just slide it through to Trossard? let him just hit it for the 3-1, but Saka just came inside himself, had a shot went wide. So that was the moment where, like, okay, man, if you have an opportunity to play your teammate in and you don't do it because you want to shoot yourself, it has to be a better shot, man. It at least has to hit the target. So yeah, that was not the best. Marino in midfield, yeah, on the ball, he couple of passes, flicks here and there, but when it comes to getting control with with him, Eze and Zubimendi, yeah, it just isn't it, man. He's not mobile enough. Eze isn't the hard-working midfielder, at least not yet, and he still has to get used to midfield at Arsenal. So yeah, that was just not a great combination in this match. I think Mosquera and Saliba did a good job, especially dealing with Marcus Thuram, who was really strong. I do feel like there were a couple of moments where Mosquera was dueling it out with Thuram, and Saliba was a bit too close to them. So when Thuram won the duel for with Mosquera, he could kind of just go into space instead of Saliba just being right behind there and cutting it off immediately. So those were just little moments where I'm like, come on, Saliba, you're a great defender. Maybe read it a little bit better and just give him some backup instead of being that close into the duel yourself. MLS didn't have his best match again. I feel like on the ball, I didn't have many problems with him. Defensively, he was a bit slow to react, just like Zubimendi and Marino and Eze were a couple of times when they had to defend. It was just a bit too slow, just that one step off. But on the ball, I feel like he did good. He was putting his body in. He was doing some great passes. There was one pass to Zubimendi. I think it was a nice pass. Unfortunately, Zubimendi was offside and he didn't control the ball well. Jesus was just working hard. Great job. Timber, his final ball could be better, but the rest of his play was just like we are used to from Timber. Zubimendi was okay here and there, but again, defensively, he was just a second off. So yeah, with the substitutes, I think the first substitutions were Rice and Ben White, if I'm correct. Right, for SA and Timber. Yeah, Rice and White, they came in. They helped change the fortunes a bit with more control on the pitch. The other substitutes, the last one was Martinelli for Trossard. Before that, we had for Gabriel and Gyökeres coming on, of course. Gabriel and Gyökeres coming on, and Gyökeres with a great sub appearance. Yeah, after Martinelli also came on, there was this moment where Inter had a corner. The ball falls for Martinelli. He just runs it out of the 18-yard box. You see Gyökeres on the bottom of your screen. You see him already running. I was like, can Martinelli find him? And surprisingly, with the outside of his right boot, he could get that ball into the area where Gyökeres wanted it. He bullies the defender and he gets the ball, plays it into Saka. The pass, I think it was a bit too too fast for Saka to really control. He didn't really expect it also, it seems. So there was just a little miscommunication there. The ball hits Saka's foot and it just drops. Gyökeres is straight on it, hits it, and it's in the back of the net. 3-1, 3 goals from our two strikers who played this match. That's a long time since I've seen both strikers score. It's great for their confidence going into Man United at the weekend. So I'm not too fussed about it. Jesus probably wanted his hat trick, but I'm glad he got sopped off and Gyökeres could get his goal, get his confidence going. And yeah, Gyökeres just did a lot of stuff. He made it really difficult for the defenders. They were on his back. They were pulling him, pushing him, whatever. He won some really great duels there, tried to play the others in. Arsenal was just easily playing the game out after that 3-1. Inter just really didn't do anything. The fans were leaving. Yeah, if I'm correct, because of this win, Bayern Munich could theoretically get on the same level of points as us, but because we beat them, I think we will be on top regardless. So that's a good thing. Having the second leg at home in every round that we are in, that should really help. We should have great tifos like we had against Tottenham. So that's a lot better than the BS1 against PSG. So let's just hope that we can get to the finals this year and just get that trophy finally. Because when it comes to the women, we can sing champions of Europe, but when it comes to the men, we still can't sing that, and it's about time, man. Let's just get that focus back for Man United. Build on this win, get our goal scoring boots on in the Premier League as well, and just get those 3 points, man. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.